It's great to have you join us again for one of your most favorite programs on this channel. This is NTA2 Lagos Network Center. And for this chat show, we know that many of you right now are tuning in because you want to be a part of the conversation as we re-examine, as we unfold again, how Nigeria can become one of the greatest nations on the face of the earth. Now, how do we get to do that? We invite into the studio distinguished Nigerians to come and speak to us about their own perceptions, about their experiences, about their fears, about their worries, and of course sometimes about their misgivings on how we are managing our affairs as a nation and as a people, and how therefore that dream may not come true. So again, we are back here and we'll be looking at, some people have said, one of the richest natural assets. Well, Nigeria has. I don't know how true that is. They have tried to say it's so humongous that we don't need to drill for oil. We don't need to look for gas. We don't need to look for coal. That particular asset is good enough, or that should be a group of assets are good enough to make Nigeria one of the greatest or one of the richest nations on the face of the earth. Now, who is going to be doing that with us? We have with us a distinguished Nigerian who actually among some of the things she's done, among some of her deliverables, she served as a producer with the United Nations. That's an international assignment. Of course, our guest also has been involved in a lot of what some of us have said are such initiatives. They have now become just aspects of our social engagement. And that is about beauty pageants. What exactly are they? What do they represent? Is beauty pageant or beauty pageantry a Nigerian thing or another imported foreign element to our lives? So we'll be asking all these questions from our guest, who incidentally, if I may just say, okay, I've said she already. That means I've disclosed my candidate to you. Well, our guest actually incidentally was born at Ibadan, but she's from Ekpoma, Esan in Edo State. So we're going to be seeing a lot of Esan in this conversation. So stay with us and then we'll be back shortly.
Hey beautiful, your eyes, your smile are all begging me to take you home tonight. Now reading page 3. Experience unlimited superfast internet access from Intel 4G. Intel. Live more. Experience unlimited superfast internet access from Intel 4G. Intel. Live more.
Thank you for staying with us. You're still on Too Close Flow, coming to you from NTA2 Lagos Network Center. Right now, if you cannot catch us right on your system, please go to your YouTube channel and see the live streaming of this conversation. Is very, very important that you join the conversation because we're looking at our culture, we're looking at tourism, we're looking at the role that you're going to be playing in making sure that we can change the story. And our guest, well, she did all her schooling here in Nigeria, so you may call her a Niger babe. So she's going to be sharing her own experiences with us. It's my pleasure to welcome on your behalf onto Close Flow, Elizabeth Efe Era.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome to Close Flow.
Hello, viewers.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
I must say the smile is very interesting. So is that part of the cultural motif?
It's just me. It's just my person. I love smiling a lot.
That's very infectious. I hope that she won't smile you away from your screen, okay? Now, it is important that I start with Efe's name. I found it a little bit interesting. Her surname is Era. Era as in...
Like a new era.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody keeps asking that. Even in school, during my secondary school days, I've had issues with that where they will ask me, are you sure you're a Nigerian? Because of course I'm light skinned, so and I look strange to some of them. They keep asking that. But funny enough, yes, that's my grandfather's name. That's my father's name. It's Era. Although we are from the Isidahome family in Eguare, Ekpoma.
Okay.
But my that's my grandfather's name.
Just
is
chose, yes, Era.
Yes, so my dad preferred us to bear his father's name because he was like, okay, he will actually want his father's name to live on. So,
Okay. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, all right. Let's now come back to what Nigeria Babe, as a public speaker, who was authored a book, Career Path via Self-Assessment.
Wow.
We'll look at all those things.
Okay.
But first, let's ask ourselves. Now, from social commentators and cultural advocates, it has been posited that pageantry is not part of Africa's culture, but rather a Western.
I'm going to disagree. I really disagree. If we go back to the days of our fathers, way back in the days of our fathers, even before the colonial masters came into Africa,
Yes.
Nigeria, pageantry has been done, but in a different way. You know, they gathered the ladies during some of their festivals in the
Yes.
village square,
Yes.
and they asked them to dance. So the prince will be able to pick a wife, the king will be able to pick a wife, or sometimes the warriors in that particular clan
Yes, that
can
community.
pick a wife. So because we see the normal runway bikini thing over time, we have totally forgotten that
In our
this
past.
has been part of our culture. So it's not as if it's
Imported.
Exactly. And going through the biblical lane, if I
Route,
want
yes.
to do that through the biblical route, you find out that we have the story of Queen Esther.
Yes.
Okay, when the previous queen
Yes.
misbehaved and insulted King Ahasuerus,
Yes.
they had to call for maidens all over.
Yes.
And Queen Esther happened to be one of the maidens. Now, they kept these maidens for a period of time, taught them how to behave, teach them poise, attitude, how to carry yourself as a woman, a lady. And then before they started presenting them to the king. Now, these are all part of pageantries. And of course, we've had pageants in the past in Africa. It's not as if it's a borrowed tradition, no.
Okay.
It is something that has always been there, but we've not really noticed it.
Okay, now, so let's come back home very quickly, because you championed a particular pageantry. Though
Yeah.
some people have said that you have tried to explain historically now that yes, of course, pageantry
Yeah.
has been part of our culture.
Very true.
But some people still think it's just a sidekick to social interactions. Now, so
Okay.
what's the philosophy behind the face of Niger
Niger
Delta,
Delta,
for
okay.
instance?
First of all, the face of Niger Delta is supposed to share a common logo. We are the woman, the maiden, who is going to be the queen, who is going to be the face of Niger Delta, is supposed to share a common logo with the Niger Delta people. Now, I will tell you what we mean by a common logo. If you notice, our slogan is embracing our peace, beauty, and culture. Now, within the Niger Delta region, following history, we are all from a particular lineage, which majority of us
Okay,
don't
you did
even
your own
know.
research.
Yes, I try to do my research by the grace of God because I love anything culture, history, so I try to go into all that. Now, we have a lineage, and not just that, the map binds us together. If you look at the Niger Delta map, it comes in piece. So when you try to piece Edo, piece Bayelsa, you piece Ondo, just like that, they all come together
To form
to form the Niger Delta region. Now, this region over time has been where we've had a whole lot of strange challenges, apart from the northern part of the country, where the people have been really marginalized. So we share our burden, we share our challenges, which some of us are not really saying that we've shared a whole lot together. We've been through a whole lot together. We've tried to bear a lot of challenges. We've tried to go through a lot of storms that we've been trying to weather over the years. So it's a thing where the maiden comes in, reminds us of who we truly are. You understand, knowing that, we are one people. You're supposed to share a common logo that actually demonstrates, that illustrates, and also helps us remember who we really are as a people. So we come together, They come together to understand that we need to live a peaceful life in unity, because there is a saying that goes, together we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah.
So until we are at peace with one another, we will not be able to achieve anything.
As a people.
As a people. I mean, I've been to Bayelsa State, and I weep when I see the way that place is. I've been to Rivers. Thank God, Rivers State, the governor is trying to put a whole lot of things in place right now. I've been to Akwa Ibom State.
Yeah.
I've been to Edo. I've practically traveled around the Niger Delta region. I've been to Imo. I have seen how things are. But the truth is, if we work together as a people, sharing that one common logo as a people, understanding that, yes, we have beautiful culture, traditions, we have beautiful people, we'll be able to achieve what we want. So this pageant actually stands to
capture
rectify,
that.
yes, to capture all that. And of course, the maiden that is going to emerge, the queen, is really going to be doing a whole lot in trying to piece everybody together within that region.
Okay, that's commendable. We will look forward to how that is going to turn out, and we'll see what role NTA2 will be playing in that, you know, okay, as the event unfolds. But now there is something else that also is tied up to all that. Yeah. And that's a question of, so much seems to have been done in Niger Delta since the inception of democracy.
Sure.
But so how much of all those initiatives do you think have impacted positively on the region? And how much do you think just seem to be politicking? You know, people are just making statements, we are going to do this, we will do that, but yet not. So how do you rate the impact?
Okay, I'm sorry, permit me to be a little bit selfish before I delve into anything else. Personally, I think from my end, God has been faithful with me. I have been able to impact my people through most of my initiative positively. And there are other people that have done the same thing. Now,
Similar initiatives.
Now, coming back to the government, they really tried. I will say this, and I kept saying it, that it's an individual thing. If I give you 2 naira and I say, please, buy me a cup of water, and you know that the cup of water is going to cost 100 naira, so it's going to cost 1 naira, what do you do with the remaining 1 naira? But some of us don't do that. We collect the 2 naira. We spend 150 kobo for 1 naira 50 kobo on ourselves. And the remaining 50 kobo, we still share it into 2 and use it for personal stuff without achieving what we're supposed to achieve. That has been our challenges over time in the Niger Delta region. But I thank God for programs like that of the program for the militants to try to help them repent, come back to who they are supposed to be, normalcy, and what they're supposed to be, and all that. The training program, which Reverend George Ashiru has been one of those that actually were privileged to train them the last time. And I know of one other organization that was able to train some of them too. That has helped a whole lot, because I travel around and I see some people that are really not doing anything. They will tell you, I now make shoes because I went for this training program. They don't only do these things, they give you funds. Of a truth, I'm not saying it because I'm on air or something on the national TV, but the Niger Delta region, the NDDC, the Niger Delta states, I don't know before now, they've really tried in their own little way. But the challenge is, when these funds come, who are the individuals exactly that are supposed to execute this project to make sure they are properly done? Because it came to me, I never had the opportunity to eat the money. Of course, my conscience wouldn't just allow me to do that. So.
I love the way you coined that.
Yes, my conscience would allow me.
As if, okay, but we know that some pythons have been eating money now.
Of course, we have soon we also have vultures that will pick money and fly away. So now, I couldn't do that. I had to make sure the training programs are done. I had to make sure each of those girls were giving their monies. Even when some persons were telling me, why don't you just put this money in your pocket, blah, 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 even up to family members. I said, no.
That kind of disposition.
Exactly. I said, I can't do that. And then some people will ask me, are you kidding me? So they gave you such an amount of money and you still complain that, can you not just build a house for yourself? But if I do that, some girls are still roaming the streets. Some girls are still trying to sleep around, get somebody to pay bills for them, which doesn't make sense. So I think the problem within the Niger Delta, yes, we are heading towards somewhere. We are trying to achieve something. But at the same time, we need to be sure of the number of people, the kind of people they actually give projects and funds to execute these projects.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Now, again, I must commend you for that, because I can see so much positive elements in the things you have highlighted here. But now, you must admit, culture and tourism are two national assets that many nations have used.
Short. Okay,
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, so, you agree with me? That's very
Yes,
true.
yes, I do.
So why are we not, or do you see us, do you think we have the capacity to use those national assets to boost, for instance, our GDP as a nation? Do you see the possibility?
Okay, if you ask me this, I think I'm going to develop a BP. Yes, high blood pressure, because Nigeria, we are blessed with so many natural resources. We have so many beautiful beautiful locations.
Tourism destinations.
Yes, sorry, thank you very much. Tourism destinations. We have a whole lot within, especially the Niger Delta region and the western part of this country.
Yeah, because we still have one of the most pristine
Exactly.
beaches.
What are you saying? We
Bayelsa.
have beautiful waterfalls within the Niger Delta region, from Ikom down to, before you get to Obudu, from Itigidi, those environments. I've been to most of those places. And I keep asking myself,
Why?
what is the Ministry of Culture and Tourism doing to actually harness this beauty, this wonder, these beautiful things that God has blessed us? Nigeria is blessed. Now imagine if other people, I mean, I travel from Nigeria to Dubai, to go spend money.
Yes.
I call it, I'm sorry, permit me, I'm on air, but it's stupidity to do that.
To leave your country
It's
and
penny
go
wise,
somewhere
pounds foolish. You're bringing down the economy of the country. There are a lot of beautiful things that can be done, and people come here. So I imagine most of our caves now, take for instance the Edo northern part of Nigeria.
Yeah.
I've explored those environments during when I was running a program for secondary school students called The Clan. Now I've gone through those environments. There are caves, beautiful caves in that environment.
Where our
that have
forefathers lived.
I am telling you, they have historical backings. They still have their records and all that, which I intend by the grace of God to explore after we finally have our crown queens. Now, these people have totally forgotten everything. But the thing is, why you are running around with the oil? Now you're trying to develop agriculture. What happens to tourism? A lot of people wants to come home. There are a lot of Nigerians that don't even know who their father is. They're living in the diaspora. They don't even know anything about their father's land. I mean, few days ago, I was opportune to read some stories about the Ukana, the Akpabio people and all that. And I read something about a particular man called, I think, Udom Akpabio or something. He had done great things. But these are stories that will never come
back
to
again.
limelight. I don't know if you get it, because we don't want to put these things in place. Go to Edo State. Our sculptures, our cultural heritage, everything is going down. Edo State is known to produce one of the finest bronze imagery in the country.
And beads.
Beads, thank you very much. Now, these things are actually going gradually into extinction. We are not even thinking of how we'll be able to promote them, to see how we'll be able to make so much from, because there's so much to be made. I mean, I saw a young girl came all the way from Kenya the other day. She wants to come explore the country. Now, imagine if we have hundreds of her type coming from Kenya, and then they're telling you that Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Yes, we are indeed the giant of Africa. But right now, trust me, I don't know what to say.
Okay, our viewers are going to be joining us eventually, in this conversation. So just make sure you have all your questions ready for Efe, so that she can explain to us again clearly what we are doing here. Now, international experts and psychoanalysts have said that women leaders are often more transformational than men. From the way you are speaking, you seem to have an idea, or you seem to be tilting towards that area. But we have not seen that happen in Africa. We have not seen women given a role to transform the environment. Is that part of the culture? Is that rooted in our culture?
I can say it's not. Yes. It's the Nigerian thing. But the thing is,
it's a Nigerian factor.
Yes, it's a factor. But the truth is, because the women over time, we are the ones that actually try to relegate ourselves to the background.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
We had a feminist here once who said the same thing.
Well, I'm not.
You're not a
I can't say
feminist.
I'm a feminist.
You're a humanist.
Yes, I am. But I would like to say the truth. Now, we don't understand some certain things. When you become a woman that you know that you have a mantle of leadership staring at your face and you know that you need to lead the people, first of all, respect the male folks. Understand that everybody has their jurisdictions and roles to play.
Their boundaries.
Thank you very much. Now, don't come, it's just like the Bible says, don't fall into someone else's rank. I don't know if you get it. If I am a politician, I'm a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and I have a husband who is also a senator as the Federal Republic
Yes.
of Nigeria. First of all, I'll start respecting my husband from the
home.
home. Okay? Now down to the office. When we are dealing with issues, let's deal with issues professionally. I don't know if you get it. Now, when it is time to respect my husband, I will give him his respect. The same thing with other men. I mean, you don't buy it. A lot of Nigerian women over time, the reason why we fall by the wayside is by the time they start having this power and they start getting this authority, they totally forgot who they are. You are a helpmeet. You can never, you are not, I don't know how to put it, you are not an equal. The moment we start understanding that, you don't bring the Western culture to play in the Nigerian setting, it does not work. Yes, do your work, be professional about it, but when it comes to...
And let the public actually, yes.
Exactly. Draw the line. Understand that there is somebody somewhere that you need to respect. So if you know that you have to respect your husband, like you respect him and he's your crown from the gates to your house, you will do the same thing with the next man you're working with in the office.
Because it becomes habitual.
Exactly.
Okay, now that is something very close to what I also wanted to ask you, and that's about role modeling. Globally, it is accepted, or it has been rated,
Yes.
that motherhood in Africa has actually made African women to be A-listed role models. But role modeling, in profiling role models on the continent, we don't often choose women. We don't often look at women. So is it because of what you're saying?
I think it's really part of it. It's not entirely it. It is part of it. It is because, like I said before, the women are relegated to the background because we have not really understood ourselves
And
we are to
what to
function.
occupy, yes.
Now, being a role model it's a beautiful thing, but how do you role model these people? The people that are looking up to you, what do you imbibe or inculcate into them is what matters. I mean, I've met a lot of ladies who says they are feminists, and then they tell you, no, my husband was this. No, you have forgotten that it doesn't work like that. Or the way you talk to, I use the husband thing, I'm sorry, because we have to
That
start
seems
from
to get
the
from
home,
there, yes.
yeah, before we start talking about the offices and all that. So it has always been our problem. These are truncated the opportunity for us to go out there and do these things within Nigeria. That's why you see very limited number of women that knows their role to play. And the truth is, the moment you keep knowing your role to play, you will saw like people like Funsho Alakija.
Yeah.
We have women like Ezekwe Sili.
Yes.
We have a whole lot of them
Because
exactly. Now when you understand where to surrender,
as it were,
as it is, you will definitely climb higher. But a lot of women, the moment we have, even in our homes, the husband relax and say, oh, I don't want trouble. Okay, do whatever you like. What has come? She is taking over everything. The children are no longer listening. They are becoming something else. Some of them are even too busy to a fault that they've forgotten that you are born to multitask. I'm sorry, a lot of women are going to have my neck for this. But
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that.
Yes.
Okay, well, let me quickly save you first before they bring the news. Now, quickly, IQ. Everybody says that IQ is very, very critical. It's a prerequisite in measuring human capacities. Now, you have been saying so many things now about what defines the quality of a person or the quality of what you can offer, even in a space where you have been given a chance to function. So what other skills do you see us deploying? How do you rank, for instance, emotional intelligence? Do you think our women are geared up enough emotionally to be able to occupy public offices?
Okay, this one is tough, but it's a yes and it's a no. I'll tell you why I said it's a yes and it's a no. If it's a positive emotion, the energy of the emotion is positive, yes. If it's not the positive one, it's a no, because I have to be very sincere so that we don't make mistakes when you're picking somebody. A woman that has a completely damaged temper can ruin everything just like that. I mean, the man can get angry and walk away and like, I'll deal with you later. It's a lie. The woman, because women, we find it more difficult. We don't forgive
that easily.
Jesus, very difficult for women to I don't let it go. Even when they are smiling, it's difficult for them to let it go. So you have to understand the person you are actually giving that mantle of leadership to before you do that as a woman. Because the moment you give her something and then one day something is going on, and of course maybe she's a commissioner or a senator and in
or
her
even the president.
Exactly, in her constituency something is going on, like with all what has been happening in Nigeria. Let's take for instance, we give the power to one woman that's, her brain touches every for 5 seconds. Would have just dropped bomb in some areas of the country. Let's just bring down everything so that we can start afresh. I mean, some women
Those are the kind of emotions we are talking about.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, but the thing is, learn to know, understand and study a particular character. That's why I love democracy, okay? Because before you vote for me in your constituency, you have to understand me as a woman. So if I'm the type that when I'm talking in the house, everybody is
in the neighborhood,
hearing in the neighborhood, and then you say, oh, she's always smiling, she's nice, so and then let's just make her our leader. You will spoil things, because very soon nobody will send anything to that constituency. Projects and proposals, jobs will never be signed. Why? Because she has gotten angry and insulted one man in one office, and you know how Nigerian men behave. It is like this, and nothing comes to that constituency anymore.
Okay, we'll hit you on the rebound. You can see what I said to you earlier on, what Elizabeth is capable of doing. Besides the smiles, you can also see the way she has built up the kind of profiles that we actually want to be engaged with when we are discussing about the capacity of our women and even the capacity of our men in working together as a team. We're going to take a short break because I want to give Elizabeth just a breather. So that by the time your questions start coming in, she's well prepared. She's put on her, her armor and all that. But don't forget to get us on Instagram, lower cases NTA2 close flow, lower cases, that is small letters. Then go to Twitter, capital letters, that is upper cases NTA2 close flow. Then, as much as possible, send us your messages, your questions as SMS because of the breaks in the network. So just send us the messages as SMS. That is on 080-6350-8434. Let me say that again. I think many of us actually who are our favorite viewers should keep those numbers. Just put them somewhere, in your phone so you can always call back. 080-6350-8434. Or you can call us and speak to Elizabeth directly, but I know the networks are not sure. Okay, so the numbers are on the screen now, so you can actually copy them out and then get to us. You can phone in when we come back at 080-5975-3044. 080-5975-3044. We'll take a short break now and we're back with you.
We must dilate the eyes. We look for if they have cataract, look at the back of their eyes. They have glaucoma. We do a full workup for them.
You will remember
a lot of our government should actually open their eyes, especially southwest of the state.
We're going to be looking deeper than we ever looked in before to ensure that we close all the loopholes.
It manifests as physical support.
Every edition is an arresting conversation with distinguished Nigerians from various strata of the society, bearing their minds on how we can realize the Nigeria of our dreams. Join us live on Close Flow, Monday, every week here on NTA2 Lagos Network Center. Closed Flow. The conversation is about you.
Thank you for staying with us. It's still Close Flow coming to you from NTA2 Lagos Network Center. And the last couple of minutes have been very exciting with Efe. You know, she's been, she's threading a path that seems to be quite uncommon for young Nigerian women and all that. But she's defining spaces, you know, for us, you know, and so that we can all be, you know, contribute to how Nigeria can be the best nation. So don't forget, you have to be a part of this conversation. It's important that you share your own thoughts with her and see where you can align what you are doing. If you're a woman, for instance, or you're a man, and you think the position she's expressed are a little bit challenging, then let's see how we can align our thoughts and our decisions and then move this nation forward, because that's what she's very concerned about. That's what she's passionate about. Now, let's come back to your passion.
Yes, sir.
Now, again, culturally, we don't seem to, I don't know. Okay, maybe the ethnic factor
Okay.
is not really a cultural thing. Maybe the ethnic factor would just be just a social norm, as it were, the way we socialize, the way we interact socially, and all that and all that. Because culturally, the ethnic factor does not seem to prevail in a relationship. How have you seen it? Because you have transversed the country, you have worked for United Nations, for instance.
Yeah.
So how have you seen the culture as part of our ethnic differences?
Please, can you come again, because I'm
Now,
trying to assimilate.
When we look at ethnicity,
Yeah.
is it cultural?
To an extent, yes. Ethnicity, yes. To an extent, it is cultural.
So
It
you
is.
think it's something from our background that's making us not to agree with ourselves?
Yes, it is, because we have different beliefs. We have a different
So
understanding of what should and what should not play in our lives, our families, our tradition. And of course, the culture still come into play. So our differences in our ethnicity has everything to do with it, because take for instance, in Edo State, they say when you marry, if the wife cheats on the husband, the woman, the children starts dying, starting with the first son, okay? But in some parts of Akwa Ibom State, it is not like that. I mean, yeah. And then in some parts of Benue State, it is not like that. The man even offered the wife as a meal, which to me, you know,
It's another, well,
exactly. So
rather
imagine
derogatory.
if I marry from Benue, I will fight with my husband. I don't know if you get it now. And then let's leave the part of marriage. Let's talk about how we farm. Okay, the farming process.
Yes.
In Edo State, there's what we call New Yam Festival.
Yes.
Now, until that New Yam Festival is held, you are not permitted to eat new yam.
In your homes.
Yes, in Edo State. In so many areas of Edo State, you're not permitted
And
to
if
eat
you do?
new. Well, some people, due to Christianity and all that, they've broken those shackles, and then they eat their yam. In fact, as they are bringing it from their roasting, they don't give a damn about it. But that is the tradition of the people.
Okay, you have a caller?
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Please go ahead.
So that is the tradition of the people. Now, in some other areas, they don't really care about New Yam Festival. Some of them, when they have their New Yam Festival, is different from when we have our New Yam Festival. It's seasonal for everybody.
Yes.
Imagine if I move from where, like some time ago, oh, this reminds me, I was in Kogi State, and they were having this masquerade festival where they don't allow ladies to put on trousers. Imagine. If they catch you putting on trousers,
You'll be beaten.
they will flog the living. And that day, I just entered Kogi State, and I did not know that it was their festival just started that very day. I was wearing trousers, And I was already making mouth inside the vehicle. You can't do this. For what? I will sue you people. And one old woman just walked up to me and threw her wrapper around me. She said,
just come
my
out
dear,
first.
I'm telling you, my dear, before they smash this your face, tie this one. Later you can sue them. And she seems educated because she was... And I started laughing. So I couldn't go out to do what I wanted to do because that festival was supposed to last for, I think, 7 days or 14 days or something. And I had limited time. I'm a trouser person since I travel around like that. So I couldn't go out. So
just
if I have to
for
go
those
out...
period of the...
Exactly. If I have to go out, I have to leave very early as 6. And then before 10, I'm back at my lodge so that they don't see me wearing trousers. And of course, it goes on like that till the following day. Now, imagine, we don't have such in Edo State. When I was in Akwa Ibom State, there's this masquerade that used to go around to flog the females. They don't allow females to come out when that particular masquerade is out. But now, those things don't play. I've never experienced that in my state. In Ekpoma, there's what we call Igbabonemi. It's a masquerade that dances during the festival. They just roll and they go up, they spin up and come down and all that. Do you see both women, children, everybody are around? Exactly. But here we are in different environments. Now, the culture thing, the tradition, as actually, Nigeria is, okay, let me put it this way. Yes, it has cost a whole lot, but I think we can come together and work together as a people.
Yeah, because that's the pivot or the, as it were, the central focus of what we're doing with the face of Nigeria.
Exactly, yes. Okay. So we can come together and work things out as a people because that is our diversity that actually makes us the beauty that we are. And I told someone a few days ago, I said, I don't understand the reason why we have to keep fighting in Nigeria. When we are beautiful. You've not sat down, at least I watch NTA all the time. I've learned a whole lot from some of your programs because I keep saying NTA has a whole lot of content. You know, I've learned a lot from NTA programs and I keep telling people, Nigeria is blessed. I don't know about other people. I love culture. I love tradition. I love anything that has to do with nature. Beautiful, the people representing you, African, beautiful. You need to see the beauty when we all come together. What happens to that time when we all come together as a people? We don't do that anymore.
Okay, now that's again very aspirational. I think I don't know why my viewers are not joining yet because this is a live conversation. If you're watching on YouTube and you're dropping your questions on YouTube, great. We'll come back to that. But it's good that you can be part of the conversation live and let Elizabeth respond to some of the things you're saying here. Now, something else that, again, we are going to be looking at will be this fact that, you know, in life, there are so many issues affecting women. And some of these issues are being considered to be some level of marginalization.
Yes.
Okay, let me just give one example. Female circumcision.
Oh, not even because I don't like it one bit. And it's quite irritating and scary. First of all, the health part of it is completely wrong because some of those old women, they don't even wash their hands. And female circumcision, I feel it shouldn't be. Because right from inception, it is male circumcision that I am aware of. And there are some parts of Nigeria where they don't even circumcise the male.
Yes.
So why put the woman through that challenge? Because the female organ is differently made, and not just that alone. It's more exposed to easily contacting diseases, infections, and all that. So why put the women through that? It's not even a subject to talk about. It is something that should be eradicated completely from our tradition and culture. Okay,
next one, underage girl marriages.
I'm completely against it. And then I'll tell you why. If you marry a woman, a young girl that is little, her body has not developed to some certain level. I don't know if you get
carry the responsibilities that come from marriages. Yes.
We have the issue of VVF coming in. I mean, I've had an experience, like I've experienced it live with a VVF patient who she got married at the age of 13. And she was living with the man in Ughelli for a long time, and then I personally had to take her to UI, see how we'll be able to source for funds to make sure that she got treated and all that, you know, the operations. It is completely out of it. Why marry a young girl if you are so much interested in her, you don't want? That's why during the days of old, some of our parents, they betrothed the young ones at a very tender age, yes. But they allow the girl to
grow,
to mature into a woman before they send her off to her husband. So to me, I just feel...
So you're saying the practice has been part of us, but now not the way we are executing it
at
now.
All. It's completely out of it. I just feel some of these men are monsters doing these things. Yes, it's wrong. I mean, how do you get turned on with a little girl standing? It's murder. It's murder. It's bad.
Okay. Let's bring it back to what we agree that we are going to be looking at again. You also run an NGO, really, that's the Ethel Women Initiative.
Yeah.
Now, some people have said again, which also you have agreed here, that our women, we don't seem to celebrate them enough. Look at the question of farming.
Yeah.
In most rural Nigeria, most of the farmers are women, actually.
True.
Okay, so how do you begin to, create that nexus between what you have said you're going to do with your NGO and with the experience of women in agric?
First of all, I'm just going to be sincere with the way it is. It's not bad for a woman to be a farmer, but it is also not a woman's work.
Primary job.
It's not a primary job. To me, it's too tedious a job. It will help you develop unwanted muscles. I mean, I can't see myself going to the farm. Here in Nigeria, subsistence farming, like the local way of farming, is more rampant than the normal mechanized way of farming. And even if it's the mechanized way of farming, I can't imagine a woman in a tractor, driving a tractor around the fields, around. It helps you develop muscles. You turn into something else over time. And then your palms become so tough, It's funny. Imagine women go to the farm, bring firewood, tear firewood, and then the man sits down on one of those
explaining
exactly, and drinking palm wine
and explaining how life.
It's completely unacceptable, if you ask me. And at the same time, I really think that yes, we should encourage our women to farm, but the lighter part of it. Poultry farming is beautiful. Fishery is beautiful. I mean, I know a couple of women who are into farming, okay, Port Harcourt, Abuja. I know some couple of friends who are into farming, but they do fishery. They do the livestock thing because they know even the pig farming, I still feel piggery is too tedious for women. Yes, because...
But you still find some women doing that?
Yes, a lot of women do it. Of course, they have to survive, And I really think the government should come to our aid on this because over time, like the last time we trained women on poultry farming, I saw the way the girls were sweating, and I told them, you have to do this thing because the truth is you need it. There are a lot of graduates out there that are looking for jobs. They've not even been able to do nothing. But if you get the proper knowledge and you understand, you find out that it's not that difficult. It's not difficult. And then let them assist us with the mechanized way of doing these things. I mean, those lighter ones, not going to plant cassava, farm yam. Please, go to, put this in for palm fronds.
About rearing cattle.
Oh, no, you can't. That one is completely out of it. Why would a woman become a nomad? I mean...
Okay, all right, so that's appeal from Elizabeth to the government that we should find a way to get support to get women involved in farming, but, well, the low-scale one, the one that will not redefine the physical features of our women. But let's come back to, again, the question of life skills.
Okay.
Now, in China, for instance, we know that children start learning about money from primary school.
Very important.
Ditto Mexico, from primary school, children know exactly what financial economics is. But here, even to talk about something as basic as critical thinking, we don't seem to have that built into us. Why? Where do you think the problem is coming from?
It's coming from our homes and then our educational system and background. I was telling a boat driver a few weeks ago here in Lagos, I said, when you in Nigeria, it's only in Nigeria I see that by the time you are 30, that's when you sit down to start telling yourself, it's time for me to plan my life. Okay, what am I supposed to do? By the time
you are 30?
Yes, it's the truth. You just try to carry out your survey. You realize that children from the age of from the age of 12 to 28, 20. Some of them, they are working. They don't even know why they are working. You see some of them, they just go to school, graduate, and then it is when they get to 30, in their early 30s, that's when life starts dawning on them. But it is not so, especially in Asia.
Yes.
So they start teaching them from the homes.
Yes.
You see a father who is a realtor, is into real estate.
Yes.
He is already teaching the young child everything. Some of the child's educational books, everything is turned towards that business, line. Yes. That business. So you get to learn a whole lot of things. They teach you. Sometimes at a very tender age, they allow them attend big business meetings. Yes, we are big figures. Abi, do you know there are youths in this country now? If you mention 40 million naira now in front of them, they will melt. I don't know if you get it. It's our educational system, and also it's from our homes. Our parents should not restrict us. Our parents should not say, "Oh no, that's why I never reached to learn." No, that's not true. I mean, allow your children to start from a very tender age. Explore these things so they can learn and be better. We keep crying for a better Nigeria and the future of... the reason why some of our leaders are the way they are today is because of the way they were brought up. Because if you were told right from time that this is what 40 million naira can do, you won't wake up one morning and spend it on hotel bills.
Or go to Dubai.
Exactly. And just go spend the thing, just lavish the thing somewhere. So they have never really understood a lot of things. And they still are not understanding. That is the problem that we have here. And I think our educational sector should start looking into allowing our young ones to start learning a lot of things from the cradle. Okay,
now, well, we have tried to see how to apportion responsibilities in dealing with some of these issues, cropping up. But so where do we put our lawmakers? Where do we put our representatives in all the, either the National Assembly or the state assemblies? Where do you put them? Where have you captured, yes, their roles?
Can I skip this? Can I skip this particular question, sir?
Why? Because you don't want them to hold you on the way?
Not really, because
it's pitiful.
It's not just pitiful. It's embarrassing. I would rather prefer to skip it. It's extremely embarrassing. I would say, I don't know, by the time I leave here, they not have my head for it, but I think they really don't understand the reason
why they have been elected.
Why they were elected into the particular offices, individual offices that they occupy. And they still don't understand their responsibilities.
So the citizens.
And the truth is, I'm sorry to use this word, they have lost their focus completely. So until they start reasoning, start thinking, start understanding why they are where they are, before we can start talking, I think what we should start doing in Nigeria is whenever there's supposed to be an election,
yes,
let these people come out and write what do they normally call it? They should write
a manifesto.
A manifesto. Thank you very much. Let them put a manifesto together. I'm not talking about the one that somebody somewhere will write down for them. So if they are able to put it together and they come together, you see, in America, before you elect a president, whoever, the person come and tell you, this is what I want to do, or this is what I can do. This is my focus. Just like I'm sitting here now, I already know what face of Niger Delta. The crown queen, I already know our responsibilities. These lawmakers are yet to understand their responsibilities to their constituencies, to their people, even to the country at large. So it
as a whole, to the country as a whole, yes. They can't seem to see where.
Oh, you need to. Sometimes when I listen to some decisions, when I listen to some of their bills that are being passed in the House, I'm like, hey God, how did we get here? And you can't say much. Because they will tell you, oh, you're trying to badmouth them, this, that. But the thing is, if I'm given the opportunity to speak, a lot of them will have to go back to their drawing board. They will know that they've not started nothing. Okay, let's come back again. Is it not possible to make this kind of dialogue that you have raised here now part of our cultural motif? That is, town hall meetings, regular interactions, regular public engagement between public officials and citizens. Shouldn't you be
ahead of with that?
That is one of the reasons why town halls were actually initiated in the first place. That is part of the reasons, one of the reasons. But I will categorically tell you that you won't see these people
at those meetings
because they know what they are doing.
Again, we seem to have a challenge with our network. We didn't get our viewers to be part of this, and they were running short of time. My producers are saying to me that we're running short of time. Well, I hope that we can relay some of their comments or their questions to Elizabeth later, so that we can keep this conversation going. Because with closed flow, it's never a closed conversation. So, okay, yes, I bumped into your thoughts.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. So I was saying that's why town halls for meetings and all that were created. Because why? Okay, if one local government chairman or local government council or senator or one legislature or whatever is not doing the right, legislator is not doing the right thing, the paramount ruler had to summon him to like, oh, please, this is what we are going through.
Beautiful.
In
That
our
should
community.
be what. Yes.
Exactly. What have you done, or what are you supposed to do about this whole thing? I don't know if you get it. And then he relays his own plans and then tell them, these are my structure, this is what I've planned, these are my budget, blah 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 and stuff, but this is what we're waiting for. Okay, now we have crisis in so community. How can we address this crisis? Okay, in so place, our cultural tradition is going into extinction. How do we bring it to the fore? These are things that are supposed to be done, but you don't see them. Like I said, they don't know the reason why they're elected into office. Secondly, those town halls meetings, now they've turned them into where young boys now sell lands and share the profit of the lands that are being sold. So it's Nigeria. We just need the grace of God to help us. So the truth is, by the time we are given the opportunity, I just pray that opportunity is given to some of us that actually wants to do the right thing. We will bring these things. And if we invite you, you don't come. Don't come to us again next time to vote for you. Nobody will come out in your constituency.
All right. Now, that again, we are going to close it because one recurrent decimal when you're talking about Nigeria. Hello? When we are talking about Nigeria is the faith factor. Okay. So everything is always about divine intervention. They pray hard.
Nigerians are too religious. I'm sorry to cut you. We are too religious. We have to be practical. Let's stop praying. We've been praying and praying and praying. We don't do nothing except praying. I don't know if you get it. I pray. I'm a Christian. Okay, it's beautiful. But the thing is, even if you're a Muslim, whoever you are, whatever, let's come to practical terms to deal with this thing practically. So if I invite you where I'm supposed to write a letter to you to your office and then tell you are needed at the town hall, so I have to go and pray, God, please, let Senator so legislator, let him just, God, touch his heart. Father, let your will be. It doesn't work like that. They should understand the reason why they are in that office, because they are actually elected to serve.
And to represent the people.
Exactly. So until they start understanding that and know that it is their obligation to do these things. It is not for us to start praying for God to reveal to them. So why did they go there in the first place? Why did you decide to contest for an election when you don't even know the reason why you are voted, why you're going to be voted into an office? It doesn't make sense.
Okay, well, we hope to get Elizabeth back into the studio by the time we are looking at the face of Niger Delta. Yes, we would like to see if we can consolidate on that. But so your last word to Nigerians.
I don't really have much to say. I want to say this to us. Let's try and make Nigeria a better place. The fightings, killings, and all that is not going to solve nothing. Don't pray for war, because when it comes, Nigeria will not remain. In fact, Nigeria will go down completely. Nigerian youths, if you want to fight, don't fight with clubs and guns. Go back to your drawing table. Let's fight with our heads, our brains, and wisdom. That's what I have to say. And of course, look forward to Face of Niger Delta. We're coming out strong, and we pray that the queen that will emerge will be willing and ready to work, and let's do the right thing for the Niger Delta people.
Okay, so thank you very much, Elizabeth, for being part of the conversation. Well, like I always say on this show, it is never ending. The conversation will continue on all our social media handles. Let your friends, go and listen to what you have said, so they can share, across Niger Delta and the rest of the country, and even the rest of the world, because after all, you have promoted the ideal of tourism and culture. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome, sir.
And for our viewers, saying bye-bye on this show is always very difficult because the conversation keeps, rebounding. And there's so much again that we can take from Elizabeth. But well, next week we're going to be back with another guest, so come join us and be a part of the conversation. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.